In the mists and shadows, a tower falls, and riders heed their master's calls. As dark waters rise and surge, the threads of fate begin to merge. The card is drawn, the hour nears, as a bride weeps in bloody tears. Ha ha ha! Welcome to Curse of Strahd,
Ho, ho,
my
ho.
dear friends. Ho ho, spooky laugh. It's spooky month.
Green giant.
And what a better way to start spooky month than playing a spooky D&D game with these wonderful people. Da-la-la-la.
I'm spooky.
The queen of spooks, Kim. Spooky
Hello.
face, Chris Trott. Spookily talented, Katie. Spooky boy, Tom. And spooky mind, Rhiannon.
If only you knew.
Okay.
If only you knew. Welcome, dear friends, to an episode of Curse of Strahd. How are we all? Ready for October's?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Ready.
Yeah.
I did
The
so. I like
spooky
that.
season. The spooky
Spooky
season.
We've been
Yes,
talking about
season
spooky
14.
games for Chaos Twins. We mentioned costumes for Halloween this week. It seems like we will be doing our usual High Rollers costume Halloween will be a Curse of Strahd episode. So how about that?
With minimal Halloween costume effort because
Except from me, where I'm going
Pandemic.
far
I'm
too
wearing-
much effort.
Uh-oh.
Wearing my costume.
Uh-oh.
Can we get a hint?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can you get a hint to my costume? It
Yeah.
involves
Yeah, is it a woman?
specialized makeup. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is it a bunny
That's
woman?
pretty open.
I'm not. Nothing more. Nothing more. So, shall we play some D&D?
Hmm.
No.
I don't think we've got it. I don't think we've got it into chat. But one thing I was going to mention, if you check out, I think Kim, Katie, and Rhiannon have all posted so far. We got a bunch of cool D&D stuff from Zavi recently, and you should go and check out their Twitters because it's really good. I've got like my pillows behind me, but Katie's cushion is on display. But yeah, you should go and check it out. There's a code as well which you can use to get some money off. Cushions are excellent. I also have a cushion. As
They're
Tom-
really
my
good.
gold one matches so beautifully with my mustard theme. Perfect.
Yeah,
There you go.
really, really good stuff. This isn't a sponsored read or anything like that, but they sent us a bunch of stuff. We've done some tweets, and it's just, people seem to really dig it. So go and check those out. A bunch of shirts, a bunch of accessories. Check that out from Zavi. Go check out folks' Twitter. I think I'm going to try and post up my stuff tomorrow. So go
How's
check
it
that
spelled,
out.
Kim?
Don't ask. I still don't know.
It
I
still doesn't know.
can't figure it out.
Still had to figure it
Look,
out on the right Twitter account.
I have had a headache all week and about 4 hours sleep every single night, and I'm dyslexic, and I don't know how many A's and how many V's are in that goddamn tweet. But I deleted it 3 times and I
Z's,
still couldn't get it
A's.
right. So
VIs. We got it. It's fine. It'll be on everyone else's Twitter.
Yeah. Just
go on,
really
Tommy.
quickly, I want to say a thanks to Criminal Sapling for gifting me a tier 3 sub to this channel.
Okay.
Tier 3?
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Two other things. We don't normally do announcements of Curse of Strahd, but there's 2 quick things I want to mention. One is we've been seeing loads of amazing High Rollers fan art, both from Curse of Strahd and Erois. A lot of people have been posting it on Tumblr using a hashtag, which is amazing, and we love it. Please send it to the email so we can like show it off in videos as well, or post it on Twitter so that we can all share it. A lot of us don't use Tumblr. I just want to share it because I love the fan art so much, and I just want to like it and retweet it and just tell you how amazing it is. So please do post it on other platforms as well. Send it to the email, which is highrollersdnd@gmail.com.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Okay,
It's a struggle for me to, exist
Find
and
stuff.
do things. So the easier it is for me, the better. The more likely
You
your
have to
fan
keep
art will be
reminding him
seen.
to breathe.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks,
yeah.
Tom.
Don't forget.
Jesus. Almost went there.
You blinked. Make sure you blink as well, Trot. There we go. Good.
I did it.
So that's it. So we've just been seeing loads of it. Like Kim linked us to a load of amazing fan art on Tumblr recently, and it's our favorite thing in the world. So please do share it with us. And then the last thing, and it's a purely selfish thing. I've got a new YouTube channel. I'm starting to put videos about D&D and LARP on there. Please go and subscribe to it. You can find it. It's just Sherlock Humes. If you search for that on YouTube, it's linked all on my Twitter. I've been spamming it all week. go and check that out as well. And if you want to follow me for D&D tips, LARP stuff, it's all going to go on there. So you can check that out.
That video was really good, Mark.
And the thing is you might think he's being sarcastic, but he's not. He was very genuinely messaged me and was just like, man, I just want to say that was a really good video.
Sarcastic.
No, but people expect you to
Why
be
are you
making
so
fun of me,
shocked?
Trot. People expect you to be sarcastic. Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
No,
Everybody
but I'm saying
clap. Well
other people
done.
might think you're being sarcastic. I know you're being genuine.
Honestly, it's a really good video.
Thanks,
I
man.
highly recommend. Even if you know D&D, you think you know D&D.
It's just still fun.
a really good
There's
watch.
some fun bits in there. Yeah, there's some fun stuff in
And
there. But
it's a good refresh, I think, on like what the core of D&D is.
Well, that's it. It's so easy to forget like how your ability mods are actually worked out, or like, this is why I've got this bonus and stuff like that. And it's just meant to be as an introduction to the game. So go check that out.
It's good.
That's it. I just wanted to give myself a little plug. So there we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Deserved.
I've got a recap, and then we'll get on with playing some Dungeons and Dragons.
Drop
Where I'm
brief.
probably going to go against all of my own advice.
Wow.
Okay, here we
Wow.
go. Oh, wait.
Last time on Curse of Strahd, as the party explore the ruined Tower of Kazan, they meet with Esmeralda, the student of a famed vampire hunter. As she rests after barely escaping Castle Ravenloft, Xeros offers Jesper a chance to speak with Madame Ava in the Hell Plane of Avernus. In doing so, Jesper gains the power to draw the next Taroka card and aid them in defeating Strahd. However, Strahd assaults the party. Manifesting as a powerful water spirit in the nearby lake, he destroys the tower, nearly crushing several members of the party amongst the rubble, before they make a desperate escape on Esmeralda's wagon, away from a tidal wave of water that nearly results in Xeros's death. And that is where we're going to be in today, with Xeros awaking to Irina, or Tatiana, and Rose stood over him, Irina having just healed him. And yeah, everybody is conscious, but my first initial question to you all is, what do you do?
Does Irina still have her, her blade pointed towards me?
No, she's holding it. She's got her weapon out, but she's not pointing it at you.
Okay. I mean, that changes things.
Sure.
So the wagon, it's safe. Like, it's not...
It is. You can see that parts of the wagon, Esmeralda's wagon, some of the walls have buckled, some of the wood panes have broken. It looks like some of her supplies have been ruined by the water, but it is still functional. The wagon is still standing. It's taken some damage. She is currently on the front of it. She has not moved. She's not getting up to help anybody. Irina and Rose are with Xeros. I believe Zeke had also run over to Xeros, right, Ree? I think you'd run over to him. Whereas Dog's Body, Ismark were with Jesper, who they had found.
I've just kind of come to.
You've just come to as well, same as Xeros. And yeah, you can see that before you, you're kind of on a kind of stretch of road surrounded by trees, and the causeway, this kind of stone causeway that led out to the island, kind of stretches out down into the lake behind you. The collapsed pile of rubble that was once the tower, now dominating the center of the island. All sorts of trees and branches and mud has been washed up by the giant tidal wave that was conjured by Strahd.
Holy shit.
So any immediate things any of you would like to do straight away?
I think once Xeros is awake, Rose will probably head back over to Jesper and make sure he's okay, and probably say, we need to move. He knows we're here. He might have thought that would take us out. It obviously didn't, but it doesn't mean he's going to go away.
True.
Are you okay?
Yes. Where's everybody else? Thank you. The wagon.
Ismark kind of pulls you up. Jesper, he kind of like pulls you to your feet, maybe like hooks an arm under you so he can help you if you're still injured.
Thank you.
And yeah, you hear Esmeralda kind of calling out like, come on, this way. She's gesturing towards the wagon itself.
I'll just call out. Is everybody safe? No one injured?
I think
Injured,
Zeke
but
would
fine.
then rush over.
Mhm.
I think Zeke had been rushing over to Zeros to try and pull him up and get him back to the wagon.
Yeah, he's conscious, but you can help him to his feet unsteadily. You can see, sorts of wounds, very, very injured, as is evident by low hit points. But yeah. Yeah, and I think, Irina calls out to you, Jesper, like, I'm fine. His Mark is with you. Dog's body, you can see, is stood over you. Dog's body is still in wolf form, though, right, Kim? So he's still in hybrid form. So you see, and I guess for Jesper, I don't know if you would, I think you saw the transformation, but yeah, Dog's body is this bipedal, very muscular, powerful wolf man.
What?
I'm probably, yeah.
Dog's
you
body?
probably see Dog's body run up on all fours, like run around, and it's like,
I'll get my sword out.
Where's Rose? Where's Rose? Don't look at me,
Rose
Rose!
I think Rose would probably, knowing what happened, I think she probably did see you change as well. And she's probably trying not to look in Dog's body's direction. She's probably more looking back at the wagon and trying to sort of pull Jesper along and get back to the wagon to get out of there.
Two people, Zeke, ever since you died and came back with this power of the mists and the land, you do have this kind of sense, especially for undeath, this kind of connection. You can tell that there are undead things nearby. You don't know where, you don't know how far, you can't see them, but you get this sense that somewhere nearby there is undeath. There is some sort of undead creature lurking nearby. Dog's body, you can smell something in the air has shifted. It smells like magic. You can't see anything, but it's almost it's like smelling a ghost. Like you can almost smell the absence of something. Something that should be there but isn't, as if space itself has been sort of warped.
I have Hunter's Bane, so I have advantage on Wisdom survival checks to track Fae, fiends, or undead. So can I, having sniffed that,
sure, I mean, you can make a check.
What
yeah, you can't see them. It's normally a perception, but you can make a survival if you like.
14 and a 13, -1 for reasons. So yeah, 13.
13. They're not here. It's like you can smell something that should be here but isn't here. You look around, there's no tracks. You can't hear anything, at least not at first. And then as you are kind of sniffing the air and looking around and everyone's slowly making their way to the wagon, you all begin to hear echoing as if coming from another world. You can hear galloping hoof steps, as if something is traversing an unseen stone road around you, and this unearthly wail begins to build up along the wind, this kind of but it sounds distant and echoey, as if it's not quite of this world.
I think Zeke would then just shout out that something's coming. I don't know. I can feel it. Something undead, something weird. We need to go.
Esmeralda's just like, come on.
Yep, moving towards the wagon, quick as possible.
Okay. Yep, everybody jumps on board. Same. So the wagon. If you guys log into Roll20, I do have a little battle map just to show you a thing. The wagon is quite large on the inside. There is room for a lot of you. Maybe not everybody, especially with Dog's body in hybrid form. Do you know, Kim, does it change your size when you shift, or is it just...
It doesn't seem to mention that. It says heightened senses, hybrid transformation. I get stronger,
so you're still a medium
and
creature.
My hide is tougher. But yeah, right, I'm still a medium bod.
Still a medium-sized creature. Yeah, so even with Dog's body at the large sides, you probably could all fit inside this wagon. But it is enclosed on all sides. The windows aren't big enough to really look through. The door on the back is kind of hanging off of its hinges. So it's probably the only viable kind of point that you can look out of.
Can we see the explosives that she had set up on this thing?
No, because she disabled them. But looking inside the wagon, you can see, and Rose and Irina saw this before, there are rows of weapons, some of which have been damaged, some of which have been ruined. But yeah, there are like a heavy crossbow with silvered bolts, weapons on racks along the wall, axes, daggers, wooden stakes. There are vials of a kind of semi-glowing white liquid. There are sealed containers of what appears to be alchemist's fire. There's all sorts of vampire slaying equipment. This is like Blade's basement where, you know, it's kind of like a wagon where all of the kind of things rotate and turn around, and it's all laden with vampire hunting, monster hunting tools. On either side. There are hunting traps, manacle sets. It looks like there's one chest which is full of outfits and disguises. All sorts of stuff inside the wagon. As you guys are all climbing aboard, and like I said, you know, inside, the only viable entry point in and out is the back where the door is. You see in the distance, maybe sort of 60, 70 feet away, emerging almost as if appearing from, like ghosts appearing from thin air, you see the form of the two riders with their flaming steeds, their black, long, dark hoods, and their elongated mouths are beginning to manifest and pull themselves into the material plane. And that is going to basically be, you hear Esmeralda kind of like, yeah, and she kind of cracks the whip, and the two horses take off at speed. But you can see that these creatures are moving faster than the wagon will go. And we are going to roll initiative.
Oh, holy shit. See if we can figure out what weapons in here actually work against these things.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing I will say is that Esmeralda, as she kind of like hits the thing, she will pull out a small leather vial where you can see two red potions inside, and she will throw that towards Jesper and kind of say like, for you and the Dragonborn, and she kind of throws them to you. These two stoppered vialed potions, Jesper.
Thank you. I'll try and grab them, or do you want me to roll for
Yeah,
that?
no. You don't need to roll for them. Yeah, you guys, she can easily pass this to you. Okay, let's get some initiatives going, everyone.
Yeah. Got him.
Zeke, total?
7.
7 is the total. Nice. Jesper?
Yeah.
18.
18. Rose?
10. Sorry, 10.
That's okay. 10. Zeros?
16.
16. Irina. Oh, Irina does very well. 20 for Irina. Dog's body?
14.
14. Okay. So before we kick off, if you guys want to reposition yourselves in any way inside the wagon, as these things are barreling their way towards you, do let me know. I'm going to
go back to that corner.
I'm going to stay far away from Rose. I don't want to scare her.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about my HP. I think.
Yeah, you should be
the same.
Yep.
You should be.
Okay, Esmeralda, she passes the potions back to you, Jesper. And that's going to be her action, is basically palming off these potions to you. And then she kind of intently focuses on driving and tries to get these conjured horses. And the horses on her wagon aren't natural horses. They appear to be made of like shimmering blue magic. But they move as swiftly as any horse you've seen. And they pull the wagon at great speed. The wheels kind of bounce and trundle as it hits wooden kind of dirt roads as she desperately flees out. She calls out behind you like, we won't reach Kresik for minutes, 15 minutes. Either you need to deal with them somehow. We need to get them off of our trail. And she calls out behind you. And then she will, that was her action. She doesn't really have a bonus action, so she will just focus on riding. She will call out, use any of the equipment in the wagon that you need. There's holy water, alchemist fire, silvered bolts, magic arrows, anything you need. Take it. Irina.
Keep those bolts away from me.
Yeah, good point.
You could absolutely use them on Irina if you wanted to.
Do not use them on the dog. Do not. Dare you.
Irina will cast Mage Arm. Oh no, I'm looking at a completely different character. Whoops. Sorry, I should have set myself up with Irina before. Irina will delay her turn. Because right now I'm not ready to go. And I want somebody else more. Oh, fuck, it's Ismark next. Fuck's sake. It's just NPCs. Nothing but NPCs all day. Right, Irina. I've got her here now.
We've got ourselves
Irina?
a proper crew rolling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's as many NPCs as players at this point.
Irina will, seeing Jesper and Zeros are heavily injured, Irina will cast a 2nd level healing word on Jesper. So she sings out this long, choir, angelic bar of song. That's a really good. That's a 12 hit points back, Jesper.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
She calls out as she kind of begins softly singing. She will move herself into the kind of back corner and draw her rapier. And she can't, so she'll ready her action. If anything comes inside or attacks, she comes within reach, she will attack it. Ismark will pull the heavy crossbow off the wall and the silvered bolts and start loading one in, and then he will take a shot towards... he'll probably aim for... Would Ismark be... No, he'll aim for one of the riders with his heavy crossbow. For a 16 to hit, which does indeed hit, but the bolt does not seem to have as much power as he would hope. So that's going to be 3 points of damage. So you see the bolt, even though it's silvered, digs into this black hooded rider with the elongated face, and it almost seems to partially phase through it. It seems to almost shrug off the blow as it just kind of lets out a howl.
Okay.
Jesper, you are next.
I think, considering my situation, I'm going to use my action to drink one of the potions.
Yep, so bonus action if you drink a potion yourself. We've always done it as... yeah.
In which case, I'll ready my actual action by preparing the Sun Sword, and like Irina, anything that comes close to the wagon, I'll kind of move.
Another 14 hit points from that potion.
That'll do it for me. Very nice. Yeah, I'll just ready a swing of the Sun Sword if anything comes to the edge of that wagon at the end.
Okay. Well, if it comes to the edge, you wouldn't be in range to attack it from your current position. You'd have to be at the door, basically, like where Dog's Body and Ismark are, or in front of Zeros. But if something came inside, you could attack it.
I'm going to instead cast...
You could also move out onto the top of the wagon, so just as a point of reference for everyone, you could like climb out onto the top of the wagon, hang on the side of the wagon, climb up by Esmeralda, so you're kind of on the rider's seat.
I'll cast Heroism on Zeros in front of me.
Oh.
Whoa.
Which will allow you to be immune to being frightened, and you get plus 5 hit points, temporary hit points.
Nice.
Whilst I concentrate.
Amazing. Well, Zeros, it's your turn.
So that second
these
potion,
things.
is that being like held out, or?
I've just drank one, and the other one's kind of, in my hand, I guess. I haven't had a chance to put it away.
I don't know if I'm like snatching it or something, but like. You said it was for
I
us
mean, if he's not resisting, you could basically use your action to or to grab it and drink it, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not resisting, I want to snatch it. They said it was for me, so I want to do that. And then I'll bonus action Shield of Faith myself.
Okay, so you take the potion off Jesper. I'm going to assume you don't resist Jesper.
Nah, let him have it.
6. Didn't say the magic word. 9, 12, 16 hit points back for Zeros.
Wonderful. And yeah,
and then bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith. Yes.
Do you want to move?
Yeah. With that, I will move in between Dog's Body and Ismark at the edge of the wagon at the back.
Wonderful. The 2 Dark Riders and their mounts go next. And they do not move up to the back. The horses, the nightmares they're riding on, are faster than the wagon itself. Even though the wagon is going at full speed, these nightmares just gallop through the air as any thoroughbred stallion can race across the ground, and they actually manage to make their way on either side of the back of the wagon. The two creatures, they can't really see in, but they will attempt to basically, as they draw closer to you, you can feel, those of you on the edges of the wagon, this dark aura kind of pulling at your life, almost trying to feed off your very life energy as they pull up on either side of the wagon. And then they will, with their kind of large, one has like a large scythe, the other one has like a lance. They're going to try and push them through the sides of the wagon to those of you inside. So I'll do it with disadvantage, but they're going to try and target those of you inside itself. Zeke, would what's this going to be, a 13 hit?
13 on the dot.
13 on the dot. And then Rose, that is a 6 to hit you.
No.
Oh, Zeke, these are undead.
Hello?
What's the thing that undead has to make a saving throw to attack you?
Oh, shit.
Let me see.
Part of your pact.
They die instantly, I think.
Yes. If the undead targets you directly with an attack or spell, that creature must make a Wiz saving throw DC 14.
Okay, it did succeed on this one.
Target. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so it did succeed on this one. So 6, 9, 10, 12 points of damage. Do you have any resistance to necrotic damage?
I don't believe I do. I think
Okay,
it's just
in that case,
diseases I've resistance to.
Just
and
disease.
cold.
Okay. Yeah, so the scythe kind of pierces through the wood and kind of pricks you as it moves up past, and the wood begins splintering and shattering as it kind of tries to attack you. Rose, you feel the same thing. A large spiked lance pierces through near your head, but you manage to throw yourself to the side before it fully targets you. Those two ride up next to it. The two nightmares that they are riding on try to attack the wagon itself. You feel these kind of huge flaming bodies kind of body slam into the sides of the wagon, trying to send it spiraling. The first one just mistimes it, kind of bounces off the side of the wagon, not quite enough force to cause any damage to it. The next one, however, does manage to fully slam its weight into the side of the wagon for a total of... Oof, that's a lot of damage, Mark Hughes. 12, 21 points of damage. The wagon, you hear one of the kind of this whole side closest to Rose and Ismark kind of buckles. Parts of the wood completely cave. One of the chests kind of breaks open as this flaming hoof smashes through, and you can see the wagon is now beginning to burn and is on fire as it smashes through from this creature. Dog's body.
Are any of them in reach of my great axe? Like, could I attack my great axe?
Well, first of all, it's at the end of your turn. So, very much like them, right now there's a wall between the two of you. So imagine that you're inside the wagon and they've moved up to on either side. They've been attacking you through. You could try and attack them back through the wagon. First of all, that would do damage to the wagon, but second of all, you'd be at disadvantage because you can't actually see them right now. You're kind of making your best guess as to where they are. You could very easily climb out on top of the wagon or hold on to the back of the wagon and then swipe at them without penalty.
Can I... I'll hold on to the back of the wagon then. Can I activate my...
Kind of move you back here.
So imbue my axe with 1d6 of cold damage. I realise the cold damage will probably not damage them because they're undead, but it makes the axe magical. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go to Funky Town.
Which one are you attacking? Are you attacking the horse or the rider?
So, the... No, probably the rider. Let's say rider.
Okay.
18 to hit.
18 will hit.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage, and then do you want me to roll the cold damage, or are they
Separately,
immune to
yes,
cold?
please. They are not immune, but they are resistant. So some of the ice, the rime and frost, is pulled away.
6 points of damage.
So 3 points of damage. As it is half. But yeah, the axe does manage to strike them, and you can see it kind of whips its head around. Oh, you didn't start your turn there. That's fine.
I'm just wondering if... So Crimson Right was a bonus action, but I also have extra attack.
Yeah, extra attack is
Yeah,
just
so
you make
I
2
can attack
attacks.
again? Yeah.
You can. The other thing I need to
Okay.
do is after you make this attack, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As you look at this creature and it kind of turns its head back to look at you, as you meet its gaze, you feel it trying to pull your body from you. It's like trying to pull your soul out of your body as you look at this thing.
I don't like that. 19 plus 3
19
is
19 will hit.
math.
Definitely hits.
No, sorry, that was my saving throw. Sorry.
Oh, that was your saving throw. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, 19, 20, 21, 22 is my complete saving throw.
Okay,
for
on your 20. Okay,
Constitution
so
for
you
not
managed
getting-
to kind of hold on like a dementor trying to pull out your soul. You kind of grit your teeth and pull back using every ounce of your own will to kind of keep it together. Yeah, you don't take any damage.
And then my Great Axe again is 16 to hit.
That will hit the rider, yep.
And then I rolled a 10 on damage, plus 4 is 14, and then 2 on the cold, so...
1 on the cold. So yeah, with those 2 blows, you can see that the rider does kind of buckle in its seat, and it hisses loudly, this kind of abnormal, otherworldly hiss, like some spirit from great beyond. As the end of your turn,
Can I snarl
You
back
take-
at it as it's hissing?
you do snarl back. You automatically take 5 necrotic damage for ending within this range of this creature. You can feel it just, this very aura. It's exuding a presence of evil.
I have resistance to necrotic, so is that
Cool, so you take 2.
or 3 points?
Nah, it'd be 2. Right, end of your turn.
End of my turn.
Rose. You'll go.
Oh well. So could I? This is a question.
Sure.
If he's
I love questions.
swiped through with the scythe and a spear and stuff on both sides of the wagon, could I, in theory, target an arrow through that slit? Like
You
a la
can, it's still a-
Aragorn and Legolas in Lord of the Rings with the Mines of Moria door
Yes.
slit thing, and just
It will give them significant amounts of cover though, because it is trying to fire through a tiny hole at a target. The other question to you is again, which target are you going for? The rider or the horse? Or the nightmare, I should sort of say.
I'd like to hit the horse, please.
Okay. Yep.
Actually, I don't know why.
Okay.
I just do.
This thing's going to get like 3/4 cover from this attack, but yeah,
Oh,
you
is
can
it?
definitely try and shoot. Yeah, it's going to get a lot of cover because it's like it is a wedge of a hole, but it's still a tiny hole that you're trying to shoot through.
Okay. I'm gonna take magic arrows from Lestat.
Yeah, you see that there's a quiver, a very ornate quiver with silver banding, and it's the only quiver of arrows in the whole thing. So you assume it's
Sweet.
the magic arrows that she was talking about. They are 15 plus 1 arrows.
Okay.
So plus 1 to hit and
uh,
damage.
I'm gonna bonus action. No, I'm not gonna do that. Bonus action Slayer's Prey.
Okay.
We'll see. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24 to hit.
24 will indeed hit the horse, even with the small amount of cover. Like Aragorn and Legolas, as you described, you see the arrow fly through and thuds into the creature's flank.
And it was a +1, so
Yes, plus 1 to
Good.
damage.
+1 damage. I rolled a 1 on my damage. That was great. Well done, me. So
Chris Strahd.
6 damage on
6 total.
the arrow, and 2 for Slayer's Prey for the first one. And then my second shot
You hear this
is
kind of deep growling whinny.
22 to hit.
That still hits, yeah. through this tiny hole.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage on the arrow.
7 points of damage. Bam. So yeah, these 2 arrows thud in, and you can see that this is clearly no normal horse, obviously being on fire and flying through the air, but its hide is especially thick and resilient as well, seemingly unaffected. Well, not unaffected, but withstanding these 2 arrows that have struck into it. Seems to be unaffected. Anything else, Rose, on your turn?
No, I might just move back slightly into the middle, just away from the sides. But other than that, I'm good.
I still will need you to take 5 necrotic damage for me, please, as the aura of these creatures is overwhelming. It almost washes through the wagon, this waves of despair and death and annihilation. Okay. Ziki, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast Cure Wounds on myself at level 1, s'il play.
Okay.
And that will give me a +3. So that's 9 healing for
9
myself.
hit points. Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to level 2 Armor of Agathis as a bonus action.
So you won't be, because again, it's the same problem. If you cast a regular spell, you can't cast another spell unless it's a cantrip. So if you cast even like a Cure Wounds, you can't then cast another bonus action spell unless it's a cantrip. Okay. That's like the Tom knows this frustratratingly well.
Curse too well, yeah. One spell slot a turn, dang it.
Yeah.
I will Font of Magic and convert some sorcery points to an extra spell slot. And
that sounds smart.
Can I move to the back of the wagon?
Sure.
And then can I like crouch down and stay low?
Yes. So you kind of like get on the floor, basically. You can just basically, get prone if you like. Sure. You still take 5 necrotic damage at the end of your turn as this kind of aura from these creatures is wafting through. But I'll basically give you cover if they try and strike through the walls, because you'll lower down as they try and do that. Okay, perfect. At the top of the round, I would like, let's go round in a clock. Let's start with Tom Hazel. Can you roll a d6 for me, Tom Hazel?
Oh, my favorite part of the game. Rolling for you. A 6.
A 6. Okay, so as Esmeralda is hurtling this wagon down these roads, the road is open and clear. There are no obstacles. There are no anything in the pathway as you are making your way down. Because at the moment, it's not just a static thing. Like, these horses are racing alongside of you. The wagon is hurtling down these roads, and Esmeralda is doing her best to guide these spectral horses along it. But there are no obstacles this turn.
Oh, I did it.
Nice.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Well.
Let's see here. Irina will crawl out onto the rider's seat, and she will attempt to cast Thunder Wave. I think she can just about reach. She will cast Thunder Wave on the right-hand sided foes. So this is a con save, which is a pass and a fail. So this is 2d8 of thunder damage. Oh, very good. So you can see she kind of speaks, and as she does, this blast of thunder erupts, which is actually going to potentially knock those guys back. So that's 14 damage there. Then 7 points of damage there. And you see that the rider on top of the horse in front of you, Dog's body, the rider is almost knocked out of its barding, but it holds its grip. These long, elongated black fingers curl around the reins and kind of right itself as it pulls. And you see, as Irina meets its gaze, the same thing that happened to you, where you almost felt like your very essence being pulled free. She kind of gasps, and she manages to kind of shield her eyes away and pull herself in. And with ragged breath, she's like, "Don't look at them. It's just something is happening." And she kind of calls out to the rest of you, "Don't meet its gaze." As she does so, and she's going to take some damage. Ismark will look confused and kind of frustrated. He will try to do the same thing you did, Rose, and try and fire through the tiny hole. But his shot just thuds into the wall next to the wagon. You just hear this clunk, click, as this bolt just wedges itself inside the wagon, not finding an accurate shot. Jesper.
I think I'm going to get as close to the left-hand side horse rider as possible, so that might involve going on top, maybe.
Yeah, so you've got two choices. You can either go out the front onto the seat where Esmeralda is and then climb on top of the wagon, or you could go to the back and hang off the back like Dog's Body's doing. So like one hand on the back of the wagon and then swing round.
I think I'll go for the Dog's Body approach and kind of swing out and use the pivot of my arm just to kind of do a big long sun sword.
Yeah, sounds
swing.
super cool. Love it.
I'm going to do that.
Are you going for the rider or the mount?
I'm going for the rider. The sun sword right at the face, if possible. I'm wondering if I should do a flourish. Yeah, I'll do a slashing flourish. So I'll use a bardic inspiration to add that on.
After you make this attack, I need you to make a con save as well.
Very well. Here we go. Oh wait, that's damage. Wait, what the hell was that? What was that?
Maybe just roll on. Maybe just use D&D Beyond to roll. Don't worry too much about doing it in Roll20. I trust you.
15.
15 against the rider, just barely hits the sun sword. Its radiant energy blade passes through it.
Okay. 12 points of sun sword, radiant light.
12 points of damage. It takes. It doesn't take any extra, but yeah, you can see the sunlight burns it as it kind of strikes through, almost phasing through its cloak and armor, and it kind of shies away. But then, as it does, you meet its gaze and you stare into this gaping black void of a mouth. Can you make a con save for me, please?
Sure. There we go. 6.
Oh.
If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, you are hanging on the back, Jesper.
Mm-hmm.
You are immediately reduced to 0 hit points as this thing pulls out your life, and you collapse to the ground and fall back as the wagon hurtles forward. So you swing out, you strike a blow, and as you meet this thing's gaze, you just feel your very life essence sucked out, and this creature almost seems to consume it, and you just into the mud, and the wagon flies past.
Holy shit.
My temp HP, no!
I'm slightly more scared now.
My meat shield.
I mean, Xeros, every time you've seen Dog's Body and Jesper now, and from what Irina gathered, yeah, if you look at these things, it has this kind of like death gaze effect where if you look at them, so you can still attack them, but you have to avert your eyes, which means attack them with disadvantage. So, what would you like to do? It's your turn.
Before that, hitting the ground after being taken to 0, would that be a death save?
I'm not. It would be a normal death save because it's the end of your turn. You make the death save, but it's not any extra damage. I'm not going to make you do an automatic one.
Okay, so I'll just do a regular.
Just do a regular death save, yeah.
That's a 9. That's a fail.
That's a failure.
Okay.
So you swing round.
Can I?
Sure.
Focus. I want to ignite my blade and almost kind of put it to the fire that they started on the side of the wagon as well. Can I hold the not the sun sword, the He Who Grins Up, He-Man style? I want to create a flaming aspect of Asmodeus on the top of the wagon, and it's essentially a channel divinity, a dreadful aspect to make any
very
creature
cool.
within 30 feet. Fearful of me. They need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. The 2 riders do not seem to be affected, but the mounts will have to make the saving throw.
I thought they would.
2 nightmares. Yeah. These are fiends, by the way. These nightmares. 1 natural 20, The second one is a 2.
Okay.
So the second one, you hear as this, flaming form of Asmodeus is conjured at the top of the wagon. One of the nightmares kind of rears back, and the rider is struggling to keep control of it as it desperately wrestles with the nightmare as it looks like it's about to buckle and run away.
So they are now frightened of me for 1 minute, and if it moves more than 30 feet from me, it can attempt another saving throw.
Okay.
So that's
Perfect.
pretty good.
Anything else?
That's all I have. Whichever one didn't get feared from me, I want to go to that side of the wagon as well.
You are on the correct side then. Sure.
Perfect.
Okay. The creature that was on top of the horse that is being frightened, it can sense that this creature is going to run, and that you have conjured some sort of infernal thing to create fear. It leaps off and on top of the wagon. So it kind of like ghostly kind of floats through the air and then brings its giant spear down as it lands on top, as the nightmare looks like it's going to buck and run. The other creature, however, will pull back and it's going to swipe at you, Dog's Body. So it kind of reaches back with this giant scythe to try and grab. At the moment, Jesper is going to be about sort of 40 feet the wagon is traveling at, so Jesper is about 40 feet back. But this creature will strike at you, Dog's Body. That is a 22 to hit.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not asking. I know it hits you. 12, 14 points of damage. Which, to be fair, that would be 10 of which was necrotic, so 5, so 9 points of damage total.
What was the other damage?
It was magical damage, like it was like weapon damage, but magical.
Okay,
it's slashing.
I'm resistant to bludgeoning, necrotic, piercing, radiant, and slashing at the moment.
Is it all forms of that, or only if it's from a non-magical source? Does it just say you have resistance to it?
So resilient. So necrotic and radiant is from being an Aasimar. And then
so no, with normal lycanthropes, like if it's a magic weapon, it still damages.
Okay, so resilient hide. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage from non-magical attacks. Okay.
Yeah. So this counts as a magical attack, unfortunately.
So it was 5 from the necrotic, and then what was the rest? Sorry.
4, so 9 total.
9 total. Okay.
So slices you once. It slices you once with its weapon. The other one basically spends its action to jump on top of the wagon, and then you can see it basically crawling along the top, like this big tattered robe kind of flowing behind it as it looks like it's trying to kind of worm its way to the front where Irina and Esmeralda are, as it does so. The one of the nightmares flees. It just flies off to the side, trying to get away from terrible, scary Asmodee Daddy. The other one will try and body slam into the wagon once more, which will be a failure to hit, I think. Let's see. 12, yeah. So it kind of slams into the side of the wagon again, and Dog's Body, you kind of feel the whole wagon shake, but it doesn't manage to do enough damage to cause the wagon any harm. The wagon, however, will take d6 of fire damage as it is on fire.
That's just Asmodeus.
You can see that fire is now spreading, and you can hear the wheels on that side of the wagon beginning to crack and splinter from the flames, continuing to build up as they do so. Dog's Body.
Okay, so here's a fun thing. I need to make a wisdom saving throw because my health has gone below 29 hit points. And I'm a wolf!
And I really hope you attack Xeros.
Oh shit!
It's DC 8. It's DC 8 though, so...
Okay.
I rolled a 10. Minus 1 is a 9.
Oh god! So just managed to succeed.
Close!
Does that DC go up every round?
No,
or is it always
just
DC 8?
says, just DC 8. It's called Bloodlust.
What, at the start of every turn?
Fun.
As long as Dog's Body's under a certain amount of health, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I can end my lycanthropy. I can end
Oh, why
that.
would you though? Why would you?
No.
So, I think everyone would see my claws get longer and my jaw just distend, and the wood underneath my paw just crunches. And I'm just going to look around and go, get to the village, and jump off the wagon, because I am going to go after Jesper.
Okay, cool. So you flee.
Do I need to make...
Yeah, I think because you didn't fall off, like, you're kind of jumping off. Make an acrobatics check just to see if you land prone. You're not really going to take any damage from this, but...
Natural 20, there it is.
Okay,
Thanks.
yeah, so you land on your feet,
Nice.
kind of skidding in the mud. All this mud sprays up behind you as your big lupine legs kind of splash mud everywhere. And yeah, the wagon and the rider continues just going forward. They just... It's not peeling away. What do? You can easily run back to him, I think.
Yeah? 30.
Yeah, I think with the distance you
when I
jumped and
get-
the speed as well.
When I get to him, I'm gonna put a big muddy paw on his face and cast Healing Hands, which only restores 6 hit points, but
It's
you're up,
enough.
Boo.
Thanks.
So yeah, you'll just see this golden light shoot
That's
out
new.
through Dog's claw.
That was so
into
badass.
Jesper.
Yeah, I think your eyes
Um,
probably, like, the eyes would briefly have a golden glow to them as this power, this angelic power, the celestial power channels through your form and into Jesper. Yeah, great.
And as
Perfect.
Jesper's eyes open, I just want to growl, "You need to heal me or get away from me fast!"
Oh, shit.
Because now it's like you've healed him for 6, but if he doesn't heal you enough, yeah. Rose, we get to back on the wagon as Dog's body and Jesper's body are becoming tiny dots now as the wagon is hurtling through these wooden roads, these forest trails. Yeah, you can still feel the presence of one of these riders on its nightmare mount to the side, but you also hear the scraping of dark metal armor and a spear from above, and you begin to hear Irina like, kind of calling out as it's making her way towards her.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I think I'm going to do the same thing again of hitting on the other side. Hitting out and aiming for the rider on that side.
Sure.
If
Okay,
I can do
go
that.
for it. Yep.
Actually, should I hit the horse? No,
Which
I'll hit
one
the
do you
rider.
wanna go for?
I'll hit
Okay.
I'll try and hit the rider. Oh, that's not gonna hit. That's 13.
13 does not. The arrow, because you're firing through this tiny hole, it makes you shoot, but the rider kind of pulls away at the last second.
That one will though. That's 19 plus 9.
That will
Hopefully.
hit, yes. Proper Legolas sharpshoot through the tiny hole. But this is not your Slayer's Prey.
No, but it's 8 damage from the arrow.
Yeah, that's still, you hit the thing just howling, and I'm gonna get, because you're shooting through this tiny hole, you're not meeting its gaze. You're kind of firing from a position where you're only taking these like really tiny shots where you can't really see its eyes. But yeah,
I
you
think
hear
Rose
this
would
thing
know that
scream.
She
what
would know
they've
that
said.
from previously, because also but when they came to the tower and originally she suffered
Yeah,
from
she saw
from
it,
that,
yeah.
so she would know not to.
Not to look in its eyes, yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else?
Not for now. I don't. I think maybe she would try and. So is there a way to get on the top at the front of the? So where Irina is at the moment?
From where to get to there, yes, there's just enough space where you'd push past Ziki and you could get out onto the rider's seat. You can see it seats about 3 humans. The other option would be to go out the back door and climb up onto the roof where this thing is.
I was just wondering if I could potentially pull Irina back in, away from the...
I would say that because you've used your action to attack, you won't be able to pull her in this turn, but you could definitely move up to like here and be like
Can I
reaching
move to
out for
assist
her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll call
Ziki.
for her to come back in.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, Ziki, your turn.
So if I cast a spell, can I use like my breath weapon in the same turn?
So is your breath weapon an action?
It's a
Bonus action.
Where is it?
It's an action, I think.
Let's see. As an action, it is an action.
So yeah, you could cast a bonus action spell, like a quicken spell or a spell that's a bonus action, and then use your breath weapon. Yes, because your breath weapon isn't a spell. Your breath weapon is like a natural, like.
Awesome. So I would like to bonus action Armor of Agathis. Give myself the 10 hit points.
You're using
and then
quicken spell, yeah.
Yeah. Have I got quicken spell? Just check.
Because I think it's an action to cast Armor of Agathis.
It's a bonus action, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, let me have a look.
Learn something new every day.
Oh wait, no, it is an action. What was a bonus action that I was going to do?
I don't know.
Never mind.
Because it's funny because sorcerers you can take a thing called quicken spell, which is you can make any spell a bonus action. So I didn't know if that's what you were doing.
I was going to try and fuck. Oh damn it. Okay. I'll just do Armor of Agathis, and then I will move next to Zeros up here.
Okay, so you kind of go back to
my
the rear of the wagon.
Next turn.
Okay, cool, perfect. At the top of the round, moving on, Katie, can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Two.
So you see, I think the only ones who would really see this coming would be Rose. You just happened to look past Irina and Esmeralda onto the road ahead. The rest of them can't see it, but you can see that the trees over on either side of the road, the canopy becomes much thicker and wilder, and all of these branches and dense trees are going to be in range of anybody who is around or on top of the wagon, basically, which doesn't affect any of you guys right now. It would have affected Dog's Body and Jesper if they had still been on the outside, but the two riders will need to make dexterity checks, of which one passes and the other one is on top, and the other one passes. So they manage to kind of like flatten themselves or knock them out of the way, and they are seemingly unaffected as all of these trees kind of scrape along against the side of the wagon. You see that on the side where the fire is continuing to build and grow, it leaves this flaming streak of parts of trees and branches lit aflame as it passes. Nice. And it's the fire on that side. Ismark is going to have to move because it is becoming an inferno on that side of the wagon. Esmeralda will call out, "Somebody put that fire out. If it hits the alchemist's fire, we're done for. Get that fire out now." And then she kind of returns to drawing, and she senses the thing above her. And she will raise one hand and she will cast Magic Missile on the creature on the top of the roof. For 3, 2, 5, 10 points of damage to the thing on top. You see these kind of like bolts fly out of her hand and smash into it. Irina will take your advice, Rose, and she will let you kind of pull her inside and behind you, just as this long hand kind of reaches out to grab her and hisses as you kind of snatch her away, and you pull her inside. And then she will look... Zeros, are you still heavily injured?
Less than half. Less
than half. She will cast Healing Word on you again for 5 hit points. It's only a first level, unfortunately. Yes. She kind of just continues singing this melodious tune as she does so. Ismark will grab something out of the costume box, like a large ball gown, and he's trying to desperately kind of like smother the flames with it as he's like stamping on it and desperately trying to put it out. And he manages to put the flames out before they continue to do any more damage, but that's his whole action, is to do that.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Jesper, it is your turn. The wagon is now about probably 160 feet away. It's like in the distance.
Remind me what you just said. Heal me or run away. Was that right?
Heal me or run away.
You better heal me or get away from me.
That's it.
I will, very, terrified, cure wounds at level 3. Dog's Body.
Sure.
So that's a 3d8 plus 2. Let's do that.
And then you sell.
It's 11.
Nothing.
That's a really bad roll.
That's a pretty bad roll.
Is it enough?
Is it? Oh, damn it. I would have really liked it if it wasn't enough.
I was on
Yeah.
24. 29 is the HP, and I'm on 35 now. So.
Couple of quick things. Rose, did you take 5 necrotic damage at the end of your turn? Zeke, did you take 5 necrotic damage at the end of your turn? I think I forgot to
No,
mention it to you
not.
both.
Didn't mention. Now I have.
So 5,
Right.
yeah. Yes, Zeros, you as well. I forgot about this. So 5 necrotic damage to everybody. Because Jesper and Dog's Body are now off the wagon. They're not subjected to it, so it threw me off. So Esmeralda, Irina, and Ismark all take the same 5 amount as well.
Okay.
I'll say to Dog's Body, we need to go back to the wagon. Can you get us there faster? I'm gonna start running.
Fucking horse.
Okay, so you just start trying to chase after it. Just running along the road, mud and kind of puddles splashing around you as you desperately chase after the speeding wagon. Zeros.
So the canopy, has that passed now? Like the rough canopy?
Yes. Well, yeah, not quite, but enough that you're not going to be in danger of it.
Okay.
Imagine it was like a
what would it
brief
take-
moment of like slap, 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 and then open road again.
Okay. What would it take to jump up onto the roof with this? With
Nothing.
dude?
Like, yeah, you can just pull yourself up onto the roof.
Okay. I want to kind of scooch past Zeke and then flip onto the roof, so I'm right in front of this guy. I also want to kind of move away from this guy so he doesn't hit me.
Yeah. My question to you: are you looking at him?
No, I imagine
Avert your gaze.
The dreadful aspect starts to dissipate, and through the flame, Zeros appears.
Absolutely.
and I want to make sure that I use an action surge on this nerd. And could I, on the double hit, Divine Smite both of them?
Well, if you hit, yes.
If I hit,
You don't
when?
spend the divine smite. You don't spend the divine smite until you hit. Once you hit, you can then say, "I'm going to divine smite."
Okay, the first one, oh my god, is a 17 to hit.
Still will hit. Yes. Disadvantage if you're not looking at him though.
16.
Still hits.
Yeah. And the damage will be, so that it's on fire as well.
It takes half damage from the fire.
Okay, and Divine Smite is like 7d6, right?
So let me see here. So it's going to be 14 damage
that, yes.
with the fire resistance, and then divine smite. Are you doing level 1 divine smite?
Yeah, level 1.
So it's
I think it's
2d8
3d8
normally, and 3d8 because they're undead. Yes, 3d8 more radiant damage.
Nice, another 8 on
Another
top of the
8
18.
points. Yeah,
Another
as
18.
this flaming, burning blade that sears with light, not just flames, you hear this thing just as you blindly swing in its direction, cleaving it on top of the wagon itself.
Nice, and the next one is like a million to hit. Like 22.
Disadvantage because you're not looking at him.
Yeah, the lowest was 13.
Oh, right, I see.
Well,
yeah, you rolled
13 plus 9.
2d20, so you're going to settle. Yeah, okay, in that case, yeah, that hits as well.
Which is 13, so 17 damage because of the half from the fire. And another 11 from Divine Smite. So
With
28.
this, you just plunge He Who Grins down. It actually pierces through the top of the wagon. Rose and Irina kind of push yourselves back as this burning blade of twin points breaks through. And you just see this creature like kind of writhe as its cloak erupts in flames. And it just burns away to nothing. It just becomes embers and ashes around the blade and completely vanishes.
Shit, and I've still got a bonus action to use.
You do?
Second wind myself. 1d10 plus 3. Healing.
Sure.
What a power
9
turn.
extra healing. There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Boom!
Boom. Can you take 5 necrotic damage at the end of your turn, please?
No.
As you do this, the second rider, its nightmare is going to try and slam into the wagon again. Did you say the dreadful aspect is still going, but the other nightmare gets a save at the end of each turn, right?
Yes. If it's 30 feet away, it gets a save. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been 30 feet away. So the second rider, its nightmare tries to slam into the side of the wagon once again, and it looks like the wagon's probably not going to survive this hit. I'm going to tell you now, because you can't stop it. The creature on top, however, will look in your direction, and you try and avert your gaze, but you feel this, almost like a grip of ice around you. Can you make a con save, please, Xeros?
Con save?
Mm-hmm.
10?
Oh, buddy.
Ouch. Oh, dear. That's 30 necrotic damage, please, as its withering gaze tries to pull away your soul. Unconscious?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You are on top of the wagon. Roll a d20 for me. Just roll a d20, no modifier.
See which way I fall, yeah.
Yeah,
13.
So you fall, but you're still on top of the wagon. Like the sword kind of is like embedded enough in the roof that your body your arm hooks around it, and you're just basically barely holding on as the wagon is like bumping all over the place.
Back of the wagon. Flailing on the back.
Yeah. But yeah, this thing, you feel this necrotic grip around your chest and your neck, just kind of draining the life out of you. And then the nightmare, oh my god, it's so lucky that this thing keeps missing. The nightmare tries to body slam into the wagon again, but Esmeralda lurches it to the side, and it doesn't quite have the impact as the two of them are now kind of jostling for position on this road, trying to throw the wagon into the tree line and smash it to pieces. But that is it. The other nightmare does succeed its saving throw and will begin making its way back towards, but that's going to be its whole turn, I'm going to say, as it comes trundling before you. Dog's body.
Quick question. I've got a light crossbow, and it says the range on it is 80 foot / 320 foot. Does that mean it goes up to 320 foot?
It does. You make it with disadvantage. It's the long range.
Okay.
So it's like you can see down this road, like becoming tiny specks. You're like aiming up, and you're gonna try and volley shot into this thing.
Whoop! Swifty. Maybe not. The other thing is, I've looked all over my character sheet, and I cannot see anything that means a lycanthrope can move faster, which to me is bonkers, right? Because I'm a fucking werewolf.
Yeah, but you're not a full werewolf. Remember this. You are. You have lycanthrope blood manifested.
Even like a wolf is like what, 50 feet around. So
it is.
But that's a full wolf.
Does the Blood Hunter Order of the Lycan give you an increased movement speed?
I would like to appeal to the court of the DM, KM to DM. How cool is the idea of this flaming wagon, Xeros unconscious, and out of the darkness comes Jesper with his sun sword lit on the back of a giant werewolf.
I would buy
sounds
that
really
shirt.
cool. Yeah, that I would too. But do you have an increased movement speed?
3 wolf Jesper.
What is your movement speed? 30 feet? That's your movement speed.
30 feet.
Yep.
But I
that's
can
your
dash,
movement speed.
so that's 60.
You can dash. That's 60. You and Jesper both running after this thing like.
But can I have him on my back?
He started moving before you.
Can he be on my back?
Well, also you're only a medium creature. I mean, you're strong. You can pick him up, but you're not like a bigger creature. So you're bulky, but you're not that.
That's what I'm just saying. You know.
I know you're like a baby werewolf. You're like a babby werewolf. You can't have the full werewolf because you're in control. Anyway, Rose.
Hey, I haven't given my turn yet. I'm not spending my whole turn just
move. Yeah, move, dash. Move
no,
action.
I was asking you.
Action?
I was asking you if it was doable, and I was appealing to you, and you said no. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move 30 feet, and I'm gonna shoot the fucking thing. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, sure. Disadvantage.
Okay. Well, if I move up, it's still within 80 feet, right?
No, this thing's like 160 feet away. It's like a wagon going at full speed after you've fallen off the back of it. It's fucking miles away.
12 was my lowest roll, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1d8. 7 points, 8 points of damage.
What are you aiming at?
And I don't know if you want I don't know, the Nazgul.
Me.
Zeros. I'll shoot Zeros.
So the rider on the nightmare.
Yes.
And you did how much damage?
Actually, 8 points of damage. And then, do you want me to roll my frozen? Although
No, because that's on your axe.
actually no, the frozen is on my axe. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Okay. And you're going for the rider, yeah? So, this incredible long-range shot, Dog's Body, in a giant wolf form, manages to pull out a crossbow, load it, aim it up in the air, and you just hear this crossbow whistling. The only people who probably see this is Rose out of the side of the broken wagon. This crossbow bolt wings this thing in the shoulder, and it nearly throws him out of the Nightmare's harness as this tiny bolt just... and it just kind of stumbles for a moment. Doesn't kill it, but it does hit it and deal damage.
Nice.
Nice. Rose, your turn.
Okay. I will do... I'll do the same again because I can't really risk meeting this thing's gaze.
Sure.
Since we're down 3
I
fighting
mean, when
party members.
when you've got a +9 to hit, yeah, something having total cover isn't the worst thing in the world.
Okay, so I will again shoot for the rider, I think.
Okay.
17 +9? +10 actually, because of the arrows being magical.
That will hit. Yeah, through this tiny hole.
So that will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
So the second rider, the arrow pierces through its chest, and as the arrow hits it, you almost feel the creature almost is pulled inwards, like sucked into itself, as it just evaporates into nothing. It just becomes an absence of life, an absence of space, as it is destroyed. The nightmares, however, still remain.
Oh, son of
I
a...
will shoot the pony. Shoot the pony.
Yep.
Wait, that's not nailing Shadow, is it?
Little pony.
What if it
17.
17 will hit. No. Actually, yes. No, it doesn't.
will it?
With the full cover, you needed an 18. So the arrow you
Damn
can't
it,
quite
one
get
away.
the angle
Oh,
as
well.
the horse pulls away. Yeah. One away.
Well, I got one
anything
of
else,
them.
Rose?
No. Not for now.
Zeke.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna climb.
You just
on top
see
of the
like
wagon.
you see a black dragon scaled arm just dangling off the back of the wagon, flopping
My
around.
bro. I'm climbing up. I'm climbing
Okay.
up for my bro.
You climb up on top.
Yep.
Yep. You
Yep.
see him unconscious there.
Oh Christ. And then I'm gonna give him a cure woundsy. Give him a level 1 cure wounds. 1d8
Shit.
+3 for my
Love
boy. So
boy.
that'll be 4 for you, my friend. No.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
4 lovely
yes.
hit points.
Yeah.
4
I
hit
mean, that's-
points for you.
I
That's
swear,
still
Rhiannon,
four.
you are
Oh.
the most cursed
You are.
D&D
I
don't know
player
how I do
I've
it.
ever met.
I don't know how I do it.
That was your action. Any bonus actions?
That's my
or,
action.
That's everything.
I will convert my final spell slot point and give myself the last 2.
Sure.
And then
And you know what?
that's
At the top of a new round, Kim, how do you feel? Would it be okay if I ask Rhiannon to roll a d6? I was going to go to you next, but I feel after that display, I kind of want to throw it to Rhiannon. Would you like to roll a d6? I'll give it to you, Kim. Yeah, Rhiannon roll.
Actually, Rhiannon's rolls are cursed. Rhiannon's rolls are cursed, though.
Do you want to roll then?
they're pretty cursed. It's up to you.
I'd
You
feel
know
better
me.
if Kim
You know me
rolls
better than me.
personally.
Okay, roll a d6
Yeah?
for me, Kim.
Okay. Watch me roll the worst
I love
thing.
you, Rhiannon.
I rolled a 3, so that's in the middle.
That is in the middle. Oh, very, very interesting. Interesting. So, Zeke and now Zeros, who is conscious, and Rose, who can see out the front, you can see that up ahead, where it has been raining, the stretch of road in between these trees becomes slick with mud. A big stretch of deep, thick mud. And Esmeralda desperately kind of is like, tries to like yank the horses to try and keep it under control. So this is down to me now. So D20. She does have +7 to this to control the vehicle. She manages to keep enough of a grip on it that the wagon does slide and mud sprays up on either side, but the wagon does not tip or lose control as it brings to a halt. I was really hoping that I'd get the one where you have to make acrobatics checks or fall off the wagon.
Why are you hoping for this?
Yeah.
Because it's funny and it's cool. Okay, so sensing that these the beasts are the only things left, Esmeralda, the only thing she can really do is just fire off a firebolt this turn. Actually, that's pointless. She would know that would have no effect. She is just like, I can't do anything while I'm driving. Either somebody come and take these reins, or you have to deal with those things. The wagon is going to collapse any second. That's the only thing she can really do, unless somebody else takes over from her. Irina, what would Irina do? Who's inside the wagon? This guy's dead. Rose is inside the wagon. Ismark's inside the wagon. She will try and do what Rose did and throw a dagger through the hole at the nightmare. Fails. Natural 1. Just does nothing. Ismark, though, Ismark will do what Ismark does, and he will attempt to do what Jesper did, which is grab the back of the wagon, swing round, and try and strike at the creature now that he can fight properly. First attack is a miss. Second attack is a hit. Third attack is a hit. So he hits twice, one-handed. 4 points of damage. 4 points of damage. Wow, good job. Ismark the Lesser. Well done. So you hear him kind of like striking at the creatures, striking the nightmares as best he can, but not much else. Jesper, what would you like to do?
We keep running. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, you're kind of out of the fight at this point.
Yeah.
Zeros, you are conscious.
I'm conscious. Oh boy. I mean, I guess I'll have a little. I'll sort of roll over and kind of swing down the side of the wagon at one of the horses.
Which one? This one or this one?
Yeah, the one on the right-hand side, so the top of the map. 24 to hit, 15, so
hit.
20 damage because of the fire. Oh,
well, guess what? Being a nightmare, they don't take any damage from fire. So it's just
15 damage. It's still 15
slashing damage. Yeah, the big greatsword kind of swings down, slams into the creature. No divine smite on that one.
No, I'm okay. Basically out of spell. Oh no, I'm totally out of spell slots.
Okay, so that's it. Yeah.
That's me. Yes, me.
Okay. One of the nightmares will kind of pull back to strike at Ismark. The other one is going to try and slam into the wagon one more time. The one striking Ismark will try to hit him with his flaming hooves, which he does so for 2d8 plus 2d6. 6, 11, 15, 24 points of damage. Poor Ismark.
Oh my god, 24?
Ismark's pretty tough, but with like this thing brings up its flaming hooves and slams them into Ismark's back. Ismark's tunic goes up in flames. As he calls out, he's like gripping onto the back of the wagon, swinging out with his sword. As he desperately tries to
He dived out for a second and he's on fire.
Oh, some bad news bears though. The final, the one that you hit, Zeros, it pulls itself away, and then this thing comes smashing into the side of the wagon, which is enough to destroy the wagon and jackknife it. I would like everybody who is in the wagon or on the wagon to make I gotta find my notes here. Dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
That's the one I'm really good at.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
no.
Rhiannon, I think you only roll 8s.
My dice are broken. I need every
Your
single
dice are
dice is
broken.
grown.
Do you know where your actual
I
dice
rolled
are?
a 19. I rolled a 19 plus 7. Oh,
Irina
Oh.
succeeds. Ismark fails.
Yum.
Esmeralda succeeds. So, who's inside the wagon? It's Irina and Rose, yes? What did you get on your saving throws?
26.
26. So, Rose, you and Irina both managed to, brace each other, brace yourselves as the wagon tips over and kind of jackknifes and cartwheels through. You are not knocked prone, and you don't take any damage. You manage to kind of soften it by either bracing yourselves or by the way you happen to fall, but you don't take any damage. Who on the outside? Esmeralda passed. What did you get, Ziki?
8 total.
8 total. Oh, you are there with Ismark, who got a 7. Zeros, what did you get? A 17?
17, yeah.
Okay, so, right. Okay, can you roll a d4 for me, please, Rhiannon? This is going to determine how far away you are thrown.
Oh my god.
Literally cursed.
Why do I roll high
So-
damage against myself? Why do I roll
You
high
are-
damage against myself? Never anything else.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33. About 40 feet. You are thrown in 40 feet into the
Hell.
tree line as it's you are just thrown through the air. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you are just slammed against the floor in a tree.
If it wasn't
Zeros,
for my armor of
you-
Agathis, I would be down.
Yeah,
Really?
I think it's a good job. The ice kind of explodes around you. Zeros, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Oh my god!
You are thrown 10 feet.
I only had 4. Wait, so that was even with a pass, right? A 17.
That was with a pass, yeah, because basically you only got thrown 10 feet and you weren't going to be knocked prone, but you just hit the ground with a loud thud.
been down
Ismark
3
is thrown
times.
30 feet and takes 15 points of damage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's in the tree
You're like
line.
hanging from a tree.
God, everyone just
This is a
explodes in all
fucking
directions.
mess. Wait, are you down? Tom, are you down?
Yeah.
Again. Fucking hell.
So the dragons are down.
Ah!
No,
Yeah,
wait, one
he
dragon.
had
Dragon
four-
injury check.
Thing is, Rhiannon healed him for 4 hit points, and then he
Yeah.
took 5 damage from the being
Fucking
thrown off the wagon.
hell.
It's amazing. Esmeralda is also thrown about 10 feet, and then Rose and Irina, you are basically inside the kind of broken wagon, which is now upside down. The 2 spectral horses vanish, but the nightmares still remain. That is the end of their turn. Dog's Body. At this point, these guys would have been 160 plus another 80, 240 feet. You moved 30 feet. Yeah, these guys are 210 feet away from you down the road.
Fuck.
Might go down the chippy.
Sure,
Yeah.
do what you want. Do you just
No,
want to dash after
I
him?
will dash.
Or do you want to shoot
I will
bow?
double dash.
So 60 feet, basically.
I'm gonna keep running up. Can I just shout at Jesper? I'm really sorry. I shouted at you. I kind of just lost myself a bit there.
It's okay, now's not the time.
Okay, yes, but
Mud,
you are
mud, mud.
120. You're 120 feet away from the crash. Dog's Body is 90 feet. He's just 30 feet behind you. So you can get there in 2 turns, but you have to just keep running basically. But if you've got any range spells, they might be in range if you get a bit closer.
Not until 60 feet, so I'm just
Well, it's
gonna
not your
keep running.
yeah. So Rose, your turn now.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I could have rolled to
Uh,
see if the alchemist's fire went off, but I thought that was a bit much.
It's a bit much. We're down a lot of people right now.
Yeah,
should
I
do
do
it.
Can I go
No, because
out
if
and
the fire had kept going, I would have.
can I go out and
Yeah.
shoot the
Pull yourself
horses,
out.
please?
Yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
crawl out of the wreckage, pull your bow up as you see them flying in the air, kind of about to pull themselves round and down.
Okay, I'll shoot. Natural 20. Oh my god!
Oh, very good.
Ah!
Very good.
So
max damage, and then roll
if this is
the dice.
the
again.
horsey with Slayer's Prey, does the Slayer's Prey also double?
You put Slayer's Play on the rider, but then that rider died, and you can
it
move
was
it
on
as
the
a bonus
horse.
action. Oh, was it? Okay.
It was on the horse.
Yeah. So if you
Very
shoot this
first
one,
time I
oh
hit,
yeah,
it was
it
the
was.
horse.
Yeah, no, you're right. I put an icon on it. You're right. So yeah, you can. So
So-
the Slayer's Prey would be affected. It's the same as sneak attack. Yes. So it would max
So-
the Slayer's Prey, and you roll it again.
So I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage, and then rolling these as a base. So 19 is everything maxed.
Yep.
And then, I rolled an 8. So
This is a very well timed nat.
what did I
20.
say? 19?
Yeah,
I
I've
say
already
19?
added the 19. So just tell me the damage from these two dice.
Oh my god! I rolled an 8 and a 6 on my D8 and my D6. So
another
19,
14.
20, 21, 22, 23.
Fucking blows
yeah,
up.
That.
Yeah, it doesn't. The arrow pierces through the nightmare's neck and leaves this giant, gaping, bleeding wound as this kind of orangey, fiery, like blood pours out of its the wound as it's just as it brings itself down, obviously in pain, still standing but heavily injured.
Oh my
Still
This arrow-
standing.
Yeah, these are tough. Yeah, nightmares are tough.
Okay.
Second
I'll
attack.
shoot it again. 18 plus 10.
Yes,
For the
that
magic
will hit.
arrows. Only 6 damage on that one, though.
So again, the final arrow still it strikes true, but this thing now kind of almost limping. You can see the nightmare is so badly injured it's struggling to kind of move, but it is still, and it is coming for you, without a doubt. Zeke, are you conscious?
I am just about 5 HP.
Okay, well, it is your turn. You've been thrown about 40 feet away from the wagon. You are currently in the bushes and the trees. What would you like to do?
Can I? Oh, sorry. For the end of my turn, can I duck back
Yes.
inside?
Sure.
Thanks.
I mean, yeah, 5, 10... Yeah, you would have been 5, 10, 15... Yeah, so you can get to about... Yeah, there.
Okay. I'd like to cast a guiding bolt at level 1 on the horse that I can see by the wagon. So I will do that, and I also will use my my favored by the gods ability, just in case I miss, because I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So
Go for it.
13 plus 6.
Which one are you going
19.
for? The one that...
The one closest to the wagon, or the one closest to me on my side of the wagon.
So the one that Rose has been attacking, the heavily injured one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is a 13 plus 6, 19.
That will hit. Yes.
Nice. I will roll I did say I was going to do it, so I'll roll them. There we go.
Okay. So you get another
then
3 on top
I
of
will
that as well.
do-
Yeah, easily hits.
Yeah. Nicey nice. So that is 4d6 damaggio. Ba-ba-da-ba. 14.
The searing light of Lylira burns the nightmarish fiend to nothingness. As the golden light washing over where Rose had already heavily injured it, the bolt just blows it away into ash and dust, evaporating it from this world. Anything else on your turn? Would you like to
Casting
move?
Guiding Bolt seems more satisfying than casting Heal, doesn't it? Admit it. Admit it.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Admit it, Ree.
10, 15, 20, and I'm going to move up
Never
to the
heal
wagon
it.
here, 30 feet up that way.
Sure.
Never heal again.
All right, okay. At the top of the round, there's no chase events because you are no longer moving. Esmeralda will pick herself up and will move to engage the nightmare as it is making its way down to the ground. She'll strike at it with her rapier, which is a hit for 1d8 plus 5 for another 11 points of damage to this one. And then with her offhand, she pulls out a kind of carved hand axe and swipes with that, which is a 20 to hit for a 6 points of damage. And you can just hear her like, kind of striking at these creatures, desperately trying to weaken them. Irina will pull herself to within sightline of Xeros, and again will just kind of in hushed tones, sing a small tune for a whopping 7 hit points back. Zeros.
Oh man, I'm just getting chain healed by everyone at this point.
Well, you are dying, and she does not wish to see you die, despite anything else.
Yes.
And then she will use the rest of her movement to try and get on the other side, and then will ready her action if the horse comes around, that she will attack it. Ismark. Oh, Ismark. Where are you? You're down here.
So far
You
away.
just hear a kind of like a grunt and a groan. He pulls himself out of the woods. He's lost his sword. It's flown off into the woods.
No.
So he is just going to run up with a giant kind of piece of wood, like a giant club. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But he can't even make it to the nightmare. But he just pulls himself up and he's just looking around wildly like, where is it? Blood just pouring down one side of his handsome face. Jesper, I assume you dash.
Yes, I do dash.
Okay. Zeros.
Can I still have a broadsword? Can I like pull that out and toss it towards thingy as I stumble towards this?
You can slide
horse?
it across the ground. Yeah, you can kind of like kick your sword along the ground to him. Yeah.
Just a broadsword, not he who grins. I want to make
Yeah, I
that
know.
very clear. That's mine.
Yeah.
And then I'll.
You did have 3 swords at one point. I think you went down to 2 because you gave one to the Bones of St. Andrel.
I think
and
this is
then
my
you got He Who
last
Grins.
one.
Aw.
Yeah.
This is my last broadsword. So I'm going to toss it.
Sure.
Over. No, sorry, greatsword. And then I'm going to limp over to this horse and just hit it as hard as I damn well can with He Who Grins. I'm fucking sick of this horse.
I hope you roll a 1.
15.
Hits. It does indeed connect.
13
13 points of damage. You strike, carving a huge chunk through its flank, but it is still standing. As you carve into it, desperate to try and finish this thing off. Its go. It will basically kick its back legs at you, Zeros. It's not like a sentient creature. It's not going to run away. It's a fiend. It's just going to butt kick him in the chest. 18 to hit.
Oh no! Exactly.
Fuck's sake.
9 points of bludgeoning damage and
Jesus.
9 points of fire damage, which I believe you're resistant to, so only 4. So 13.
Oh yeah, I am resistant to it, but yeah, I'll just
13 damage
launch back.
Oh, God. Just goes down,
Down
again.
The 4th time.
Dog's body,
God,
do you
remember
dash
injury
up?
check?
Yeah,
How
good job I'm
far
not
away
using
am
them, eh?
I?
Yeah.
So you were like 120 plus another. You are 150 feet away at the start of your turn.
Okay, I was just wondering if I move 30. Yeah, that's not enough. Yeah, I'll just dash.
Okay, so you just dash
I was
as
going to
close as
crossbow
you can.
again, but yeah.
I mean, you will be in range, but you just be at disadvantage again.
Disadvantage. Yeah, I think I want to. It's the payoff between getting there and
Sure.
you know, maybe missing the shot.
Doing something. Rose.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the horse again.
So you kind of
Look.
again pop out, and then run back inside.
19.
19
To
will
hit.
hit. Yes. Yep. That hits.
Can I move my Slayer's Prey onto this one because the other one died?
Sure.
Danke. Bonus action.
Yeah, you just use your
that
bonus action
is
for this turn, but yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage altogether for that
9
one.
damage.
And
Arrow into its back. Arrgh!
oh no, 15 just.
Still hits. Still hits.
Yeah, big horse.
Oh fucking hell! I rolled a 1. 6.
The arrow thuds into the creature's back of its flank, and you can see it kind of buckles to its knees with just enough fighting strength left to stay on its feet.
I hate everything.
I'm assuming you
You
duck back
do.
inside, Rose. Zeke.
I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 up to there. And I'm going to use my final spell slot. I'm going to do another Guiding Bolt on this guy.
For the love of God, kill the horse! Kill the goddamn pony!
I'm not going to hit. I know I'm
Just
not.
remembering Zeros' whole
9,
fucking
10, 11, 12,
combat
13, 14,
scenario.
15.
15
Oh,
hits.
15's enough.
Ree,
Yes!
don't worry about
Yes.
rolling damage, Ree. This thing had 1 hit point left.
Oh my god, I had one!
Yes!
One left.
Oh.
When you said 6 damage, and I'm looking at 7 hit points left, and I'm like, yep, okay.
Ah!
Whoosh, the
Oh,
radiant
Christ.
energy of Lilira pulses out of Ziki and destroys this thing, sending it to dust. But we can't
3
jump out of
times.
initiative just yet.
Oh yeah,
Um,
3 times we rolled exactly its AC, by the way. Any lower and it would have been not a hit. Damn it.
God, that was clutch. Jesus Christ.
So Esmeralda can't heal, but Irina, who goes next, can, and she will again healing word Zeros to keep him on his feet.
Oh my
for,
God.
Ooh, that's good. 8 hit points.
Oh, best one yet.
Best one yet.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, you are left with a broken, collapsed wagon as Dog's Body and Jesper, a little bit out of breath, come running up behind.
Can we help?
I'm just gonna lie on the floor at this point.
In the mud,
I'm
like
just gonna
the thick
lie on
mud.
the floor
Yeah.
and just not talk to anybody right now.
Yeah, Ismark slumps against the wagon, slides down, and just sits in a pile of mud, like the broadsword in his hands, kind of just leaning on it.
Man.
Is
I
Rose
was
hurt?
playing-
She needs healing! She needs healing!
I'm fine. I'm just freaking tired. There's a
I
lot
don't
of
have-
people falling down, people leaving, people
I
falling
don't
down
have a
again.
lot of energy left to heal. I've got a few spells, but we may need them if any more of these things, or if there are any enemies out here. We're still in the woods of Barovia. I'm afraid that something might attack us soon. We need to move.
Does anybody need healing or anything? I've got a few spells in me.
Your Dragonborn friend, I think everyone is in pretty bad shape, honestly. Jesper, was it? Both of the Dragonborns are heavily injured. Your friend Rose is injured. Whatever
Okay.
those things were, the crash of the wagon. I'm fine. I'm seem fine. Ismark, you can see Ismark is pretty fucked up, but he's not saying anything. He's got like blood pouring down his face. It's like
I'm fine.
it's like,
Tis but a scratch.
Well, I've got 3 level 2 cure wounds and 2 level 1 cure wounds, so I'll send a level
How do you
2
wanna spend them?
Zeros' way.
Okay.
Ding
boy here.
dong, 11. I'll
Perfect, thank you.
send. Who else is really bad?
Zeke and
1,
Ismark,
5.
right?
yeah, Zeke's
Zeke.
really bad. yeah, Zeke.
You get a
Yes.
9.
Yeah,
And
Ismark's like,
you.
I'll be all right. I think I can go a few. I can
I'll
take a
level
few
1
minutes.
him,
Yeah, okay.
regardless of his insistence. 6 points.
Yeah, no, level 1's fine. I think he doesn't protest that too much. But yeah,
We
you
need
can
to
see they're all
thresh
badly
it.
injured. Esmeralda kind of pushes past Irina, and Rose, she kind of pulls herself into the wagon. She kind of like, you can see she is so both furious and upset at the wagon's destruction, but she kind of lets out a breath, pulls a knapsack off the wall, and starts putting whatever she can manage into whatever she can think she can carry. She starts loading up some of the vials of holy water, some stakes, a mirrored shield, like a round silver shield, but it's polished to a mirrored reflection. She gets a silvered flail off the wall. She starts pulling out a few bits and bobs.
I'll probably do the same. I'll try and put as much of her stuff into my bags as possible and just let her know that I can give her it back as soon as we have a safe place. But just try and carry as much as we can.
Oh, I don't care about getting this stuff back, but this is all use. There's a lot of useful material here. She kind of starts pointing your direction. Why don't you take? You take. There's a few. She points to a small chest. There should be some antitoxins and some more healing potions in that drawer. I'll take the alchemist fires. Grab those. There's a healer's kit and a climber's kit in this chest. She starts pointing out. There's like a ton of stuff in this wagon. So it depends on how much you want to take. Same with everybody. Like you guys could like pillage this wagon and take everything if you wanted.
I honestly think, we should.
We
should
should.
split the load.
All right, okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to just read you out this full list. This is Esmeralda is carrying some of this, but this is like everything that you can salvage from the wagon. The heavy crossbow with 10 silver bolts, a battle axe, a morning star, and then a silvered flail. The morning star and the battle axe are just mundane, so they're just normal weapons. But a silvered flail, 3 hand axes, 2 daggers, 1 silver dagger, the 3 vials of holy water. Rose has already got the magic arrows. There is also a suit of studded leather armor fitted for a woman, a mirrored shield, 4 wooden stakes, 5 alchemist's fires, 2 antitoxins, 2 regular healing potions, a climber's kit, a healer's kit, and a poisoner's kit. There is a selection of different clothes and outfits, including a selection of wigs and masks and cosmetics. There are 3 sets of manacles, 2 hunting traps, and a bag of caltrops. There is a 50 foot of rope, a tinderbox, a spyglass, and 2 spell scrolls, 1 of major image and 1 of remove curse.
Oh shit! Remove.
I will copy and paste this. I will copy and paste this into our WhatsApp, and then you can copy it to your character sheets as you
for next time.
Yeah.
No worries.
But yeah, it's basically there's a lot of stuff in this wagon, and it's worth taking as much of it as you can.
You just said I'm going to send that to WhatsApp, and I still checked my phone when I got a notification, even though you said it was you.
It's just the default. The night, the moon, you can see that dim grey light overhead through the overcast sky. The forest around you is silent. You just hear the kind of creaking of the wooden wagon as people pick their way through it. One of the wheels is still very slowly spinning, as if still caught in a brief moment of motion. The sound of wet boots slapping against mud as you move about. But you are on the road, in the middle of Barovia. Esmeralda was attempting to take you towards Krezik, which puts you on the road. We will move back to the larger map, and I will move you guys. But what would you like to do at this juncture?
How much distance do we actually make?
Not a lot. That was actually over quite quickly. You're currently at a crossroads. The road, there is a stone bridge which crosses the river just up ahead, but the road also splits south. Yes, but you would know that to the south is a vineyard. The Wizard of Wines is to the south. But if you carry on along the western road, you will come to Krezik. Krezik is maybe a couple of hours on foot from this point, as is the vineyard, the Wizard of Wines.
Well, friends, we have 2 options. The ones that Mark just stated. Thoughts? Do we continue to push forward to Krezik as intended?
Esmeralda would just say, I would personally say we go for whatever is the most defensible. I know the vineyard. There's good people there, people that we can trust. My mentor spoke to me of them. They are strange, but I'm pretty sure we can trust them. Krezik is more fortified. It's a town with walls and a following that opposes Strahd. If more of those things or worse comes after us, I would feel safer within Krezik's walls, but I don't know how trustworthy the people there will be. They may be enemies of Strahd, but that doesn't mean that they're our friends.
Perhaps we could utilize the hospitality of the vineyard to get us back to full health. And then
do you know where we need to go for your reading, Jesper? You did conduct the reading, yes? You have an idea of where you must go?
Yes.
Do you think that do we need? Is that on our? Is that our path? It was, yeah.
Village of
I forget where that is on the map.
You would know that it is annoyingly south of Argenvostholt. You were there. You were so close.
Oh my god, that's not too far away then.
So,
it's several hours. Like this, it will take you most of a day to get there on foot.
It's not the other side of the map.
Whereas going
no,
to
not quite. It's not.
Would put us further away.
It would put you further away.
Would
yes,
put us further a little southwest, but
yeah, and in fact, you could even cut through the woods and try and cut through the Tolenka Pass to get to Berez and Arkenvost.
I lay that out for everybody and say that's our options, and see what everyone else thinks.
It would be nice to have somewhere that we know we can trust people. That hasn't happened so far.
If what Esmeralda says is true, and nothing has happened.
That's true. That is true. Well, and also, if you can trust me. I'm assuming you do, considering that we were all just in that mess together. But yes, as long as nothing has changed, as long as the people I think are still running the vineyard, we should be safe. I should warn you, they're shape changers, but they are good folk. They are not. They are were-ravens. It is a secret not known to many. I would suggest you don't let them know that you know. It shouldn't be public knowledge, but they are good people. They are not like other lycanthropes. They maintain their sense of morality. If anything, it's enhanced by their transformation. They're very protective of people and others.
Speaking of transformations.
Yes, I don't trust the werewolf as a point, but it did risk its life to save Jesper, and yeah. Oh, yeah, she calls you it. Yeah, I'm not. That's not a misspeak. Esmeralda very purposely says, I don't trust. But it did save one of your own, so I'm assuming it has some semblance of control. But I've killed too many of their kind to know that it's one step away from murdering us. And she's looking at Dog's body.
No, I was going to say at this point, everyone's looking around. Dog's body's actually not anywhere visible.
Okay.
Like, he's
all right,
disappeared.
okay,
like,
perfect.
I've disappeared.
Sure.
And probably at that point, you would just hear, like, from somewhere, like, just, behind something or just off in the darkness, you would hear a piss bugger. And he kind of walks back, just sort of rubbing his chest.
Yeah, and it's like his clothes are all like any cloth clothes would have been torn and sort of ripped.
That's why I'm topless. That's why he's topless.
Yeah.
Look at that, he's topless.
Yes, no, I know.
But yeah, so he's back in his human form, and kind of just like his body language is really, he's kind of hunched and looking around sheepish, and he looks a little bit in pain, like
Shamed.
it hurt, like to kind of change back, and like he kind of shoots a look at Rose, and then he's like, "Why is everyone looking at me?" I said, "Don't look at me."
Unfortunately,
you all right?
what happened to you is hard not to miss. Regardless, you saved me. And
well, I didn't really want to do it, but I needed to get Zeke on the wagon, and then
so you have control.
I had to get you.
Some.
Yeah.
At least.
I think if we are to continue, there needs to be some sort of conversation with Esmeralda. She says that she's killed many of your kind, as has
yes.
Rose.
Excuse me. It's not my kind. I did not ask to be this.
It doesn't matter. Once the curse is there, the curse is there. You are a werewolf. You are a lycanthrope. Some lycanthropes can be trusted. Wolves are not of that kind.
For
Werewolves
now, at least, he did
savage.
throw himself. He did throw himself from a wagon.
I agree.
To save
and
someone.
It is the very reason that I am not trying to plunge my silvered blades and kill you now. You seem to have some sort of control.
I didn't want to turn into that. And I kind of glance at Rose. I only did it because I wanted to guarantee that Zeke would be safe.
Very honourable. But I know, and do tell me if I'm incorrect, but I know that, especially when you are harmed, it is not so easy to control, is it?
Dog's body just kind of looks down, and if anyone can see, you can see that there are just tears forming in his eyes, and he's trying really hard not to like just keep it in. And he looks around, and he sees that like people have been gathering supplies, and he'll pick up. Well, actually, no. He won't even. He'll just nod, and he'll go, "Rose, look, pick those up, and pick that up." And he gestures at the manacles and one of the silvered weapons. You know what to do. And then he's just going to go and just turn around and walk away.
Dog's body saved Zeki's life. If you harm him, I will take you down myself.
Bold claim from a near dead man right now. Well, but I have no intention of harming your companion. Now, it is, as I mentioned, very clear that Dog's body has control for now. But, and this is perhaps a warning to all of you, I do not think I need to warn Miss Rose, but to the rest of you, for all of his good intentions, for all of his noble soul, there is a powerful and deadly, savage, brutal, murderous spirit inside him. And if he loses control, it will turn on you. I have seen it happen hundreds of times, dozens. So,
Rose, as she's saying this, Rose is gonna walk away in the other direction, like she's had enough of discussing the entire thing. She doesn't want to. She's just seen that Dog's body saved Jesper, which she's said, and they've had their talk, and she's just like, I'm gonna go away now. And it's after that fight as well, she's just pretty done with
all of
everyone.
This.
I think. Yeah. Just everyone.
I think that makes sense, yeah. Esmeralda just watches you go and says, that is all. You should be careful.
Zeke would say there's also a deadly cursed spirit in Castle Ravenloft. And
there is.
He's unleashing his power upon everyone. Any help we can get right now is valuable, no matter where it comes from.
Miss, do not mistake me. As I said, very much appreciate that we need allies, we need strength. I am merely telling you, be cautious. And given the reaction that Dog's body is having, I think Dog's body would perhaps agree with me that there is an element of danger.
We are now aware.
A little bit of crying.
Let's move forward.
Yes. To the south, then.
Yeah. I'll start moving.
Okay. Yeah. And with that, I think that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. With sort of kind of a somber and dark note. A powerful ally. But Esmeralda has her problems. She's not a perfect individual. And she's not entirely lying either. She's not entirely lying. So that's the difference.
Save Zeke, so I don't care.
Save Zeke, save Jesper, you know. It's the classic thing of the classic story of the monster, right? It's Frankenstein's monster of
Yeah.
So there we go.
I just want friends.
Want friends. But you won't like him when he's angry.
I almost wanted to take my greatsword back off thingy. Just like
off Ismark, you're like, give me that back.
Yeah, thanks for helping me in the tower. I'll have that. That's mine.
Well, I think Ismark is probably Ismark will probably actually like give you the sword back. He's going to pick up the silvered flail and the silvered knife, and he's going to dual wield those.
Never fear, Ismark the Lesser is here.
Just swinging a flail around like, woo!
Completely fucked up, bruised, bloodied face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's pretty fucked up. Man, that was a good sort of like solid combat, but also a very exciting one. I have some good news. I have some good news for you though. Oh, no, it's your favorite news. It's the best news.
Oh,
yeah.
It's It's level up time.
Yeah!
Level up.
Oh, awesome.
And I believe chat was yelling at you earlier, Kim. At level 7, you do get increased movement speed as a werewolf. You just had to level up
There you
for it.
go. There you go.
So,
I'm
there we
just a
go.
bubby boy.
Yeah.
I'm
Mid
just
combat.
a babby boy. Nobody
Man.
loves me.
I really love that. Was a very fun combat to run. Just like a
That
very
was
cinematic.
Brutal.
Cinematic
Yeah, no, that was
encounter.
fun.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
it was one of those things
two
where
people off the back of the wagon, then Xeros
So-
goes down, Zeki's hanging on the edge, and I was like, don't miss a shot. Don't miss a shot.
well, it was the Bodax have an ability which is if you fail their saving throw by 5 or more on that attack, where if you look at them, it's just like, yep, reduced hit points to 0 if you fail by 5 or more. So if you
That's
fail it, but
insane.
it only by a couple, you just take damage. Whereas if you fail it by more than 5, like you are just out because it's like literally a death gaze. And so when that happened, I was like, ooh. But very
Holy
cool
shit.
though, cinematic as hell. Like
I
the
was
flaming
basically,
wagon going down the roads with the nightmares galloping alongside
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Cool shit.
I was basically playing the taunt tank, just constantly getting up, just like,
Yeah.
oh, hit me. Hit me.
I get knocked down,
It's like
but I get up again.
Yeah.
you were basically All Might from My Hero Academia for a little bit there. Where it's just like if you were designed to take me on at 100% of my power, I guess I'll have to fight you from beyond that.
Oh, God.
So cool. I love it.
Man, that was awesome. I love it. Love it a lot.
That was great. Great. Have we got anything to read, Tommy boy?
Let me have a little refresh.
Refresh.
I
I
remember
can't remember. Do
so-
you guys have fixed HP for Strahd? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
See.
So you just do
See,
level
and
up
then
fixed
Rolly
HP.
for
Yeah.
Erois.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys
So it's
just
already
do-
happened,
Ooh,
right?
So
Yeah.
I'm at
It all just
45
automatically
now.
be added.
Erois.
45 HP.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ding
I'm
dong.
now at 67.
Yep.
There's so
um,
many. I've got level 4 spells now, right? And all of them are wisdom
You will
saving
do.
throws. And I'm thinking, I think there's a lot
Well-
of intelligent wisdom.
There is, but that doesn't mean that
Creatures
it won't
down there.
work on like if Strahd has like a a servant or something like that, you can use it on that instead. Yeah, probably isn't going to work on Strahd, but maybe on
There's a really
other
cool
creatures.
one which might make us feel better, which is hallucinatory terrain. So I can just be like 150 square
It's
foot
nice.
cube. It's beautiful. Look, it's rainbows.
So nice.
It's a feel
good.
good.
The multi-class twins. I think you guys will unlock some stuff as well. I think.
I've got
You guys will
get
abilities
like-
or feats.
Another Eldritch.
Oh, so you did
Invocation.
level 4 in Paladin, did you?
Yeah, well, it was either level 4 in Paladin or level 4 in Fighter. And I feel like with
Fighter,
every
either
death,
way.
I'm getting closer and closer to Asmodeus, so it makes sense.
But that does mean that on the next level up, you'll get a feat or ability score increase again. So,
Or multi-strike.
oh yeah, or if you go for another level in Paladin, yeah.
I'm kind of
And then Zeke,
burning
you've
towards
got
that one.
5
Get
Warlock.
that back.
5 Warlock, yeah.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Man,
Interested to know.
Spellcasters are
Oh.
hard to play, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, Sorcerer
think of it-
especially.
Think of it just
Yeah.
like that you can only cast one spell slot a turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the way I think about it. Like
Yeah,
feats
'cause
and
I've
cantrips.
had
stuff.
a lot of Sentry
can
on
do
the
for
mind
each.
too. I've been thinking a lot about that, and it's just
Yeah.
muddling.
Yeah.
But
There's
that
a
confused me
muddling.
to
I'll
begin
get
with
there.
as well.
I'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
basically
There's a lot to
yeah.
to Blood Hunter lycanthrope ASMR. Like there's so many things. I just read it and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm just
It's a
gonna hit it with
very
an axe.
complicated
I just-
class.
there's
It's
so
a very complicated
much.
class. Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
It's the problem with some of these like newer classes; they get very complicated. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great episode.
Nice.
Great job.
Good
Really
app.
cool.
right,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tommy.
in terms of donations, we have a donation from Chromium246, again, a few hours before the stream began, but thank you very much. Faris with a donation, but no message. Thank you very much. Alpha901, been dealing with some family stuff recently, so it's nice to be able to escape the real world, even if it is to the creepiness of Curse of Strahd. Yeah. Barovia, it's an escape, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nightjar,
It's like playing a horror game. You don't really want to
Yeah.
do it, but it's kind of fun to be spooked
Just the
and
adrenaline going.
Yeah.
be horrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightjar says, Jesus, Kim, you're a werewolf now. Not a swearwolf. Also, how comfy are those Zavi blankets? I need to know for reasons.
Is it a comfy blanket? Yeah. It's a blanket.
Okay, Katie got a blanket, didn't you?
I got one too.
I did not get
It's
one.
very soft, but it's quite a small blanket. So take from that what you will.
The pillows, however, are huge.
Pillows are actually quite big.
And the shirt's really nice as well. Ravager 4.
my back cushion, because I'm old.
Says, welcome to High Rollers, where you can witness exciting combat, beautiful character interactions, and incredible probabilities, like Katie's dice coming in big when she needs them, while Ree's dice do everything they can to sabotage her. Isn't D&D great? Yeah, I was going to say, Katie,
I don't know how.
You used to be the bad dice roller in Curse of Strahd, remember? Rhiannon, however,
I know.
has consistently been the bad dice roller through Curse of Strahd.
I know. Since I stopped using Roll20, I swear to God, it's been.
Well, it's also.
I think Roll20 hates me.
Yeah, I think Roll20
I've
was
been
like
using my
most of you
obsidian
guys.
Dice.
Roll20 was like kind of average, but for me and Katie, it was like I would only ever roll well on Roll20, and Katie would only roll bad, and it was this weird thing going on.
I know loads of people are going to be like, "Oh, but it's the same. It's no different."
I don't know,
I don't
man.
care. I'm superstitious
I used to believe
about
that. I used to believe that, and then after Strahd, I don't know if I believe that anymore. What was it, like 3 episodes where I was like natural 20, natural 20, natural 20?
Like
there was like 3 in a row. It was
we all had ones.
Crazy. Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, and also we got some gifted subs from D Miller 1841 and Criminal Sapling. So thank you for all of those, and also thank you for my tier 3 sub too. And finally, Relay Storm also donated with happy to help. Well, thank you very much. Relay.
Thanks.
Relay.
Storm.
Relay.
Oh, right.
I really don't want to do this, but I have to now. But yeah, no, that was a good sesh. I hope you enjoyed it. We're back.
Yeah,
we'll be back on Sunday for Erois. We will be back on Sunday. I know we missed out last week. But we'll be back on Sunday for Erois. That's an exciting one. Make sure you tune in for that as well. And we'll see you next time. Fucking Chris, giving Chris Trott a soundboard was probably the worst idea we've ever made.
Let us know what you thought about that. The extra sounds.
No, I like the ambience. I think it was really good. Cool. Right. Well, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, nerds.